But like we said, if you put your food in a bear bag and hang it at night, or put it in a
Start the
bear
video.
box.
Not that you have to stop.
Were they all on? I had them on, they're not on.
You got me. Yeah, we're on.
They all on there?
Yep, on. Okay, welcome back to day 3 for Vermilion County budgets. As a reminder, this is information purposes. Right now, our actual budget will not be adopted until our October regular meeting. First up today on our agenda is the surveyor. Good afternoon.
You guys had a long week, and might be able to get in and out of here in 5 minutes. Hopefully get this done. I've got something for you.
Okay.
First thing I want to address is, it's like a fellow told me, he's been associated with the government, county government for 40 years. He says every year it's the same song and dance. So you understand that as office holders, we don't know whether you're trying to work or not. Even with Scott's presentation, we take that with a grain of salt. Especially because last year in 24, the county took in $62 million. They spent $59 million operating the government. And plus we had $4 million, almost $4 million in interest income. In June, we had $3.6 million in a rainy day fund. So this is where the office holders, when they challenge you on what's there, this is the perspective.
So are your numbers including the amounts that we take in and then also give back out
It's
to
the
the
total.
other townships and cities and
This
everybody
is
else?
the total year end off the system. So anyway, that's the reason why they kind of challenge you a little bit. So please take that in consideration. But what I've handed here to you is what I think what I'm sure we can get along with. It's a 6% reduction over last year. And that will allow us to continue what we're doing. Right now, if nothing changes, I've been under budget every year, and if nothing changes, I'm on track to be 30% under budget, but that is going to change because my contractors weren't available to do a lot of work this summer, thanks to Fountain County. So the big thing that you'll see is I did ask again for a decent salary. It's still $10,000 less than all the hourly employees in the county. It's $10,000 less than the average income, average pay for surveyors across the state of Indiana. I give you monthly reports. I feel like I'm been accountable to you, and we've got a lot done. So I don't see really any additional money at all. I think I can live within this budget, but the key thing is getting the accounts straightened out. There's 2 different laws. One is for the surveyor and one is for drainage, and those two monies should not be mixed, should not be commingled. The account should be, so it should be treated as 2 separate departments. When it comes to the drainage board, all I am is a facilitator. I bring them facts and information, and they make the decisions what to do. And the way things are now, and it's nobody's fault. It's been this way for years and years and years. It's nobody's fault, but I'm not able to really prepare a budget for the drainage board to look at and read and vote on before I bring it to you. So by separating these accounts out, hopefully we can be doing the right procedures that the state wants us to do. I have notes here, and I'm a little bit apprehensive about saying this, but there are 3 of you who sit on the board that makes more money a year than I do with your benefits and everything. I don't collect any benefits whatsoever.
But you have the right to collect those.
I have the right, but I don't collect. You're not paying me any difference. And there is an instance where an employee quit the county, full-time position, is hired back as a part-timer at the full-time salary they had before, plus got a raise, plus got benefits and comp time. To me, that's a little bit discriminatory. And so I just wish you would take that in consideration. If in fact, we do have to cut the budget, and I believe we do, but, you know, where are we gonna start? Who's gonna lead? Who's gonna set the example? Are you folks gonna set the example, cutting back on your pay, your benefits? Or are you just gonna expect everybody else to do it?
So I did look into like past budgets, past raises, things like that. So from the 2017 adopted budget to your 2025 adopted budget for the surveyor, the actual budget itself has gone up 65.5%. So we have been trying to increase that budget. And also for the salary, it's gone up 35% in that time period. So it's not that we haven't tried to adjust it over time. And also, I mean, I did a comparison. It has 12 counties, including us. Most of them are either geographically around us or based on us by size. We are significantly smaller in land size than most other counties. And there is a wide range of salaries. One county has $61,000. But there again, there was a state statute, I think at one time, that you had to pay a licensed surveyor more. There's not that.
No, you pay more if they're licensed.
Okay. And so the numbers don't specify whether someone's licensed or not. Like I said, there is a huge discrepancy amongst surveyors. We pay $19,200, Park pays $17,600, Fountain does not have one. Perry County pays $11,000. Sullivan County pays $16,000. So, but then there's others that are 25, 43, 61, like I mentioned, in Clay. So there is a huge discrepancy.
But nobody's done the job for the last 30 years until I came on board.
I don't think anybody's disputing that.
No, we're not disputing that.
So,
But I want you to know where we're coming from.
it's
We
a
have
lot of hours
increased it.
that I put in and a lot of physical work that I put in year round.
And as
It's
far
not
as,
being taken into consideration
as
here.
far as our overall budget numbers, between our local income tax, we'll have 5.2 million in 2026. Our miscellaneous state taxes, which includes the highway gas tax, is 2.8 million, and our property tax after the circuit breaker loss is 9.4, for a total income revenue of 17.4. Now that does not include investments. However, the Federal Reserve just lowered the interest rate today, so that will affect us.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure where the 60 million number came from.
That was just the total that came right off.
So that may not be the actual just county numbers, but those are the numbers that we are working with.
That came off the Lao system.
So
Total. So anyway, I think I've earned that increase, and I think we are on the right track. We now have a perpetuation program that is up and running and functioning. We are at a kind of a standstill now because our licensed surveyor has been tied up over in Fountain County. And
is that because they don't have a surveyor?
it's because they don't have a surveyor. They're paying about $150,000 a year for outside engineering because they don't have the policies and procedures in place. And the surveyor even had to go out with the highway crews and line the paving machines up because there wasn't any type of records.
So on this sheet compared to these, are you wanting to take some of the expenses from the surveyor's general fund and put them into the drainage? Or are you wanting to combine something? I'm not, because it shows the drainage board and the surveyor.
Right.
So I guess what were you saying that the funds aren't in the right account?
Well, like for instance, postage. We had one account for postage under the surveyor, but the surveyor doesn't use hardly any postage. It's all for the drainage board, and it's all got to be registered and certified mail. So I'm just asking I mean, we don't. The income accounts, I got them listed there on each of the line items.
So are you just wanting to take the money for like postage out of the surveyor's general fund budget and move it all into the drainage board?
Not all of it, just the majority of it.
Okay.
They're two separate.
Because it's already
departments.
split between those two.
Yes, but we gotta get more. Every piece of mail I send out for the drainage board is either registered or certified. That's $7 or $8. So if you, like right now, we'll have an engineering company develop the actual watershed for the Rouse drain. When they get that done, we'll have let's say 50 parcels in that watershed. Each one of those parcels have to have a registered letter before we start doing anything with that regulated drain.
Okay, 'cause
So it's very, very expensive. It's mandated by law. I don't have any choice.
So the sheet we have that's printed, okay, I see the update on the postage. There's a new sheet. Yeah, throw the old sheet.
New sheets. Does he have the same pages to look at?
Yeah. I still had a bow.
Still over.
So I have the new one.
Yeah, I took
We got these
our
yesterday.
sheets and I boiled them down and slapped them and put them into this spreadsheet so it's easy to understand. So you can see the need to separate the two departments. That's key. That's key right now. So,
So of these new ones that we got, Misty, there's one that we
There's one in the
didn't,
old
so
ones.
it didn't change?
The perpetuation, I don't think changed, because we don't have
you know,
new.
see the perpetuation money, that doesn't come from you, that
Right.
comes from the recorder. Recording. Same
This
way
one
with the
changes a
regulated
little
drain,
here.
maintenance fund, that comes from the watershed owners in that regulated drain.
But this is the one that's over budgeted.
Here's my,
Perpetuation fund.
here's my problem. When I took office,
Okay.
they told me I had $80,000 in the Dana Drainage Fund. They're only assessed $1 a year. So, and it's about 6,000 acres. So they only taken in about $6,000 a year, but we were sitting on $80,000. Nobody had done anything. So we've been working real hard to get that spent down because the law says you can only keep 4 years of what your anticipated maintenance cost is. And then you either have to stop the assessments or you have to reduce them. So we don't have a good idea of what it's going to cost yet. And that's the reason why I keep putting more money in that maintenance fund. We spent about $20,000 last year for brush removal. And then between trapping and spraying, $3,000 a year is where we're at. But I'm waiting for Andrew and Stephen and I, we toured that whole 7 miles and they're writing up recommendations for dredging.
Okay, so
That's gonna be a very expensive process.
the balance on that drainage maintenance fund as of June 30th was about $28,000.
27,000 something, yeah.
And
So-
if they're getting about 6, that'd be
My
34,000.
goal is to try to do enough improvement work on that drain to get it down to 12,000
Okay,
and hold it there.
so we may have to reduce the budget just because it says 50,000 on there, and there won't be
Yes, yeah,
50,000
see,
in there.
we've historically done that.
Okay.
And now I'm trying to trim all that back.
Yeah, so what we can do is we can just move it down to where we anticipate.
On this
On that one? You're on the wrong one again.
Hey, if you do it, that's great. I've got more money to invest and more interest I can make in that fund.
Someone,
So, that, you know,
Yeah, he did.
To
he
me,
reduced
that's-
that. He reduced it to-
that's
he reduced
irrelevant.
it to 15.
but I don't know what, track hole, big track hole, and if you've got 7 miles of ditch to clean out at $150 or $175 an hour, that's gonna be pretty full pretty quick.
my apologies, I don't have the new sheet on that one. It's 35?
Yeah.
Okay.
Same way with the,
15?
same way with the Cornerstone perpetuation. We had planned on doing a lot of excavation this summer, but since my surveyor was tied up over in Fountain County, we haven't got a lot done. But he's done over there pretty much, so as soon as crops get out of the field, we're gonna be going pretty hard and pretty fast.
So you, under perpetuation for the Cornerstone, you've got 50,000 in there?
Well, we got a whole lot more available, but we just budgeted 50,000. And we've been spending 15 at the most. So you can cut that back.
What's a good number?
I'd say right now 15.
Which one are you talking about? I'm sorry.
Cornerstone perpetuation.
Location 0106.
You do want that one?
You
put
want it
down?
cut back or?
You can cut that back to, I'm gonna say 15,000, only because we haven't got the work done this summer we planned on doing. So I don't think we're gonna get caught
I
up
mean,
this fall.
that's out of your perpetuation fund,
Yeah,
so if
so
you don't
you
spend
guys
it, it
don't
goes
have
back
anything
in
to do
there.
with
So if you wanna leave it there and just don't spend it, it goes back in.
Well,
Well, that way, if you
Whatever
did,
you
you don't
guys
have to
think.
come back and ask for an
Gone.
additional,
So,
if you did need it.
yeah, and that's the reason why Misty, and at first we put all $27,000 from the, maintenance fund in the budget, because that's all we got left. But if you wanna make the numbers look better, then just put $17,000 in.
The way I've always budgeted is you budget what you know you're going to spend, or you anticipate spending. If Ron's not anticipate spending $20,000 or $50,000 that he's got here, let's not budget 50,000. Let's budget 20 or something like
that's
that.
what I'm saying, if
Yeah.
you don't wanna
Cut
cut
that.
yourself short if you think you might get to that 15,
I don't think we'll get to 50, I really don't.
okay. So,
We've already paid out about 6,000 this year.
it shows that in 2024, it was 15,290.
I think it's gonna be around that again,
Okay,
so I don't think we're gonna get any excavation done.
so put it at 20, so that way, give or take, you have a little
Yeah.
bit of leeway. And that's one where, you know, like, when it's gone,
And
it's
that,
just
that
gone.
gives me more money to get invested for more interest,
And the supplies.
even though it's not gonna be that much, but.
And maybe supplies at home.
Do you need the supplies in the
Supplies is-
perpetuation?
I'm sorry?
The supplies budget in your perpetuation?
You got it at 1,000.
Yes,
You still want that, you just need the professional
Yeah, it
services
just-
down to
yeah.
20.
Okay,
that all could come out of that perpetuation fund,
okay,
and that way you don't have to budget out of the general fund. According to the LTAP and some of the other folks, that perpetuation fund can be used for vehicle purchase or, you know, anything that relates to perpetuation. I'm trying to preserve that as much as I can, because once we get to where we're excavating, then it's gonna be a more expensive deal.
So, are you anticipating using a fleet vehicle
I'm gonna,
with a new?
no, I told RJ and I told the other people, I do not need a new vehicle.
I know, but you can still keep what you got
Yeah, just keep what I got
and still be in the program,
for maintenance only.
so maintenance only, yeah.
Yes,
Okay, so you'll probably participate in that.
yeah.
And then, I know some of the commissioners' meetings, there's been discussion about ATV.
I wouldn't use one that much.
You don't use one, okay?
As long as I've got access to a trailer that holds my ATV,
You just get
I
reimbursed.
just use mine,
Okay.
yes.
So, if I was to be your advocate with this board, how many hours do you believe over the last tenure that you've been as a surveyor, and how many hours you work a week or
At least
hours
30.
a month?
At least
Okay.
30 a week. And I do a lot on the weekends, because sometimes, well, like up there at Riley'sburg, those guys were only available to be on Saturday morning, so I went up there Saturday morning, we talked, we walked that ditch and that kind of stuff.
You've got more in for your part-time, is that wages or is that
Well, I just took
hours?
$13 an hour and multiplied it by 20 hours a week times 52, and that's how I come up with that number.
we had increased the part-time because you were still going through the old commissioner's note. Are we still doing that? Okay,
And we did run into a snag. In 1908 or 9, that's when they started moving the roads from the wagon trails over to the section lines and the township line. And at that time, the commissioners were issuing bonds to buy the gravel and do the grading and do all that work. Well, come to find out, the commissioners weren't offering those bonds to the public. They were buying them themselves. And the great state of Indiana didn't think too highly of that. So when they came in, they learned that the viewers that the commissioners had appointed on each township, some of there was high suspicion that not all the rock got to where it was supposed to go. So they shut the county down, everything, the whole county, they shut it down for 2 days. So they got everything straightened out. And when they started up, the new viewers could not live in the same township where the road was being built. And then there's a process by which the bonds went through the legal thing to make them available to the public. And what else was it? Oh, after all the roads that had been moved up to that point in time, the new viewers had to go back and audit those roads. Audit the descriptions, make sure the old descriptions, and so they wrote up new descriptions. So in 1910, we have over 1,100 road scans alone describing the roads. So it's one of these things where you have this and then you gotta lay that on top and lay that on top. In 1913, then and originally the county surveyor was the only viewer in the county when it started. So in 1913, the commissioners told the surveyor, start drawing a map of the roads. And what I think we're going to find is that the road map that the commissioners adopted in 1968 is going to be real close, if not the same map that that surveyor came up with in 1914, 1915 by the time he got there. If that's the case, then we know we have errors. And it's minor things, but because the section corners were perpetuated correctly, the range line shifts in the field right next door to Shirley Downs' house. Therefore, the mileage from that point, range line, to where the roads is different. So for instance, OPD road out here, we have it listed at 450 east. Technically, it'll be 350 east, and that's what shows on the old map. Now, it's just something that, but if you're going to be accurate, you need to be accurate, and so that's where we're at. We're trying to find it out. And we did learn why the section corners are the way they are. The original federal surveyor began on the second principal meridian, which is in Boone County, and measured west. The next set of surveyors that came in calculated where the section was supposed to start in Illinois and measured east. So when you get, and then surveyors that did the state line started down at Vincennes and worked their way north. But when they put everything together, the lines didn't match up. So that's where all these duplicate cornerstones, duplicate records have come from. And so we're at the point now where we understand it enough that we're starting to combine those. But we do have section lines that are not true perpendicular. We have two rows of sections, one along the state line and one, well, pretty much along Flatiron. That is not a full mile. So that's created a lot of problems. But we think we got that figured out, and so right now I think Jim is writing up the tie cards for the state line, pretty much from the Vermilion River north. We've found reliable evidence that that is correct, and I think the proper procedure is once those tie cards are developed, they have to be, I don't know where it's registered with the federal court, but there's some kind of a process you go through that says, from now on, this is where the state line is, no matter what.
So, just an off-the-cuff question. If the county is to add county roads to our system, do they come through you to, how does all that work? Just very briefly.
If they were going to add a road, it would have to be done by a licensed surveyor. And they would start at the range line, wherever that road is. And the range line shifts east on the northern half of the county from the southern half of the county. So it depends on where that road is.
So you need to be involved.
So I have to get a surveyor to get that done.
For a brand new road.
For a brand new road.
That's never been anything on it.
That's right. Now here, and then here's the other issue, that we have an ordinance in place that says the right-of-ways are 15 feet from the center of the road. The problem is, we have roads in the record books that are 35 feet wide. Well, where's the right of way then? We have roads that are 40 feet wide. We even have 60 foot wide, and we have a couple places where it's 70 foot. That allows for the adjustment from the Indian treaty lines.
Okay.
So it's not just cut and dried,
You need to be involved. Okay.
or I need to get somebody involved.
I understand. Yeah. Your department.
Yeah.
On the general fund drainage board, there was an increase for the 25,000. On your spreadsheet is divided between legal.
Well, yeah,
And
it was
engineering.
50,000 before, and I just split it up between legal and engineering. It just,
It says it was an increase of 25,000
mm,
on our sheet.
it should have been still the same 50,000, but I just line ited them for legal and
I guess,
professional
I
fees.
think before we had like projects in the works, is there something that needs to go towards, or is this just in case something comes up?
On the drainage board, you're required to have these meetings, and then you're required to, sometimes you're required to file documents in court. With the Rouse drain, there's right about 300 acres, plus or minus, that's in Illinois. That's a whole different section of law. If we get those landowners involved, which they should contribute, their land drains into it, we may have to go over to Illinois and do some legal stuff.
The appropriation for 2025 was 25,000
For legal,
No, for all
for
of it,
professional services total.
because legal professionals encompasses all that.
Yeah,
yeah. For the drainage board,
yes.
I thought I had 25 and 25.
Mm-mm.
Sure.
Yep. I do.
Look. See, I'm showing it here on my spreadsheet, it's 25 and 25.
This is the sheet that's from Loud, 126.
Drainage board,
Yep, and it's just the one.
just at 25,000. Yeah, that's what it says.
So I guess do you need 50 or can we just stay at 20?
I'm afraid that if we don't at least budget to 50 and we get into a legal battle over in Illinois with that intrastate
Is that for that
watershed,
drain that
yes,
taxpayers are gonna pay for the drain?
yes.
So should that be in a different, I mean,
It's a
I know we're not
different-
collecting things on it yet, but typically the drain expenses come from those, in
Right,
that
from those
area.
landowners. But they're in Illinois, they don't have to volunteer. So we may end up going to court, which we really don't want to do, and have a judge rule that they need to participate and contribute to the watershed maintenance. Because that's where all the
Subdivision
water's
will come
coming.
to it.
Now, Ethan's plan is just to go talk to them individually and hope that they will volunteer to join the watershed. But
So, I know you have them separate on yours. We can separate them, but usually we keep them all in one account just because it's easier.
well, it's easier for you guys, yes.
So I don't know, we
But
can do it
I did
whichever
this
way.
to show you where the money would be spent.
I mean,
how the
that's
money would be
up to
spent.
you. You can always transfer between
Yes.
one and the other eventually.
Yes, yes.
But would you rather it be two separate line items?
To me, it doesn't make any difference. I just did this to show you what they would be spent on.
Okay.
But as it now stands legally, we can't, even if every landowner in Indiana says, yes, we are going to participate, we don't have a club big enough to tell the people in Illinois they're gonna participate whether they like it or not. That's where this, and there's a whole section in the law for interstate drainage boards and how you gotta set them up, and it's a very, very long, drawn-out process.
When do you expect that to start?
2026 summer. We have to send out registered mail, we have to invite them all to a public meeting, we have to give them an opportunity to submit objections or, you know, whatever their opinion is of the project. And we don't know what we can tell them yet, so right now, we're lined up with HWC to determine what the watershed is and the parcels and how many acres is in it for each parcel. And we're lined up with the DES to shoot the elevations on the ditch, so we can see what kind of structure, if any, we gotta build, mainly at there in Rylandsburg, where the ditch is undercut the road. And we're trying to talk to commissioners, since it's a road ditch too, to take care of that before it becomes unofficial regulated drain, but I don't think I'm gonna get that done.
So if we leave the professional service at 50 or 25?
We can either split it or leave it together.
When something comes across the state line like that, does federal get involved if there's a problem?
Not unless, and it's through the Army Corps of Engineers. Not unless there is, I forget what the term is that she told me, but it's damage is caused by it. Now, we know that there's damage being caused because of the increased water from the 74 development over there. But the Corps of Engineers does not believe at this point it's severe enough that they have to get involved. There is another law that's in place, I forget what you call it now, that may work to our advantage. But we really don't know what we have to do until we get the watershed determined first. That's key. We gotta know how many acres is in that. But for the ease and understanding of the budget for you guys in the future and for the drainage boards in the future, the main thing is get these accounts separated. And then I guess the other thing that I'm working on, I have been getting call after call after call from engineering companies all over the country. I think it's mostly to do with the solar farms. But some of it is the development of it, Lynch. Environmental engineers and design engineers, they really were having a difficult time researching what Vermilion County's drainage poly was, stormwater, you name it, the economic development, the redevelopment, all those things that they have to take in consideration. So last week, I got Laura to change the front page of our website from economy to economic development. Then underneath that is just a drop-down menu of Vermilion Rise and the Clinton Industrial Park and the 2 TIF districts and the NRCS mine locations, abandoned mine and strip mine locations, and anything I could think of that those engineers would want, and it's just a link to those websites. So if they want to find out where Vermilion County has opportunities, they go right down there and they can click on Vermilion Rise and take them right to the Vermilion Rise website. Or when redevelopment comes up with whatever it is BCS is going to do for the TIF districts, they'll send me that link and we'll just upload that link. If somebody clicks on it, it'll go right to that link. Same way with the Clinton Industrial Park. You click on it now, it goes right to that. I've got all the water companies' websites except maybe 2. I think Hillsdale doesn't have a website, and there's another one. But if they want to know about the Dana, they click on that, it goes right to the Dana Water Company website. And then they can get all their questions answered in one place at one shot. I remember when I was probably 8th grade, no, probably 6th grade, when Dad and Uncle Lee and Don Foltz and Herschel Cheek and Mrs. Haggerty, banker from Haggerty, when they all met with Lilly to try to get Lilly a package where they would come, in Farrington's. That had a notebook about that thick, and it had all that information in it. They just handed it to them. There you are. There's everything. It had all the tax information on it and everything. And the only other copy that I ever knew, I'm sure, is in somewhere in the old National Archives somewhere. But that's my goal, is to make a place, a one-stop shop, so if anybody's interested to come to Vermillion County, they can find that information right now.
Well, we do appreciate your work, so thank you. Yeah.
And I'm sorry I'm late, and Ron, I'm sorry if they already went over this with you, but we have this, and you may have been talking about this when I came in, 2,700 fund. What's the revenue for that?
About 6,000. That is only for Dana.
Okay,
It
well,
cannot be
budget's
spent
50.
anywhere else.
We changed it.
Did we already talk about it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, you missed it.
So it's 2701, or 2,700 is Ernie Pyle, Thompson
Yeah.
Drain. 2701 will be the Armor Morgan Drain.
Okay. We don't have a
And
budget
then-
for
And
it.
2702 will be the Rouse Drain, if we activate that one. And then we only got 2 or 3 other drains. We either gotta bring them into the county responsibility, drainage board responsibility, or we gotta get them off the books, because we're liable for any maintenance. You know, the Indiana State Supreme Court's ruled in 2 cases. If one of these people sue the county has no choice but to fix it.
So that's 6,000 for the year.
Yeah. About 6,000 acres, and they pay $1 an acre. And we can't
Doesn't math very well.
go after any grants to do any reconstruction or anything until we have it in the books.
That's fine.
Correctly.
It's one of the holes I'm trying to plug.
Yeah.
For those.
Okay. Any other questions for Ron? No? All right. Thank you, Ron.
Okay.
Okay. CASA?
CASA?
Yeah.
I put my hand front, so I don't know where it is.
Good afternoon.
I brought frisbees this time.
I put frisbees.
Thanks.
Yes, I won't throw them at you.
Yeah.
I might throw 'em.
Yeah.
I mean, we could, but maybe at the end after everything's approved. I'm just kidding. So my budget, it did go up a little bit from last year, but it's all covered by grant. I think this is the first year everything just is aligning and falls perfectly. Our matching and capacity grant amount from the state did go up. That's based off the number of CHINS cases, which of 2024, they were up. So, and they are continuing to go up. We actually have another one opening tomorrow. So, with that, I mean, I just asked that the county pay the $25,000, which is my salary, and then everything else comes from those grants.
I saw your letter.
Yes.
Okay, and I gotta find it again, but I was still a little confused. Because I'm trying to project revenues. Okay, so I know you got the 25 from the county.
Yes.
Yes, thank you. And then you say an appropriation of 12,159. What is that, the grant amount?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And then I try to break it down to
There's these 2 grants, and if I added those together, yes, they would be. Okay, so it's the 12,159 plus the 25,
Yes.
and then that's your budget.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay, that helps.
I do notice that I have a typo and it's supposed to be 2026 at the very end.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I was really, excited and pleased that, we were able to get more, offered to us and to cover everything, so.
They're cleaning the building out.
And it's looking really great right now.
Yeah. Obviously, they're working outside the windows.
Yes.
Right there.
He's gonna be here tomorrow.
He's gonna be here a while.
Call Terry.
Those are not woodpeckers, huh?
She's calling Terry. She's calling Terry.
Alright. Whoops. Bad planning, I guess.
Yeah, planning.
Please give me a thumbs up.
So, how's your caseload been?
So right now, we actually have 48 kids, will be 49 starting tomorrow, that in Vermilion County. We have 10 that are being served, so 38 are on a wait list right now. I did just hire a staff advocate that is paid through Park County, so she will be taking some of those cases. We actually have a higher wait list. Well, not a higher wait list, but we're serving 57 kids, or we have a total of 57 kids in Park, so they do stay pretty even.
I missed that Vermilion, I'm sorry.
Oh, Vermilion, so we have a total of, 49 kids.
Thank you.
And then we're serving 10, and wait list will be 39. Yes. So still obviously looking for volunteers, to give their time. Unfortunately, I know people are wanting second
How much
jobs.
time do you think someone needs to be able to give in order to help out?
So at first, you do go through an initial training of 30 hours, which we were really excited at the beginning of the year. State has formed a new training curriculum for us to where it's in 3 phases. So we'll have a new training class start at the beginning of every year.
Is it like online training?
It's so part of it's online, and then the other part is like on hand, on site, kind of going through how, core observations and things like that. But once you're done with that training, it's about 4 hours a month. So enough, you can visit a child once a month at minimum, depending on the situation of the child. Attend a child and family team meeting, and that's with, parents, your service providers, and DCS. And then meeting with service providers, speaking to them, seeing the child in those different locations. So it averages about 4 hours a month. An hour a week. So I mean, it sounds kind of a lot, but it is, but it isn't. It's very heartfelt work that our volunteers do put in. Yeah, and these children, they definitely need that voice. So, do you know anybody? Please.
I thought I'd ask the questions in case anyone might be interested.
Yes. Any other questions?
And your office is at still at the same place?
Yes, it's still in Clinton and Main Street. Yes, so that's going well. We actually had a child come and be able to utilize our shower not too long ago. So it doesn't get utilized very often, but it's like times like that where I'm very thankful to have it. So it's a really great space.
If someone does want to volunteer, how can they get a hold of you?
If they go to the Facebook page, it all starts with filling out the application. So you call the office, absolutely leave a message, but filling out that application, which is located on our Facebook page, and there's 2 of them. It just depends what county. So Vermilion has its own. So be filling that out. I get notified of that, and it shows up on my end, and then we just kind of start that process, reach out, and all that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Anyone else have questions for Caitlin?
What about all the people that don't have Facebook?
I'm looking out.
Yeah, so that's calling the office. I know I have brochures. Really, Facebook, unfortunately, is our only form of advertising right now. I would love to have a website. I don't know how to create that myself, and then the funds. But yeah, having a website would be beneficial. I don't know if that's something we can at least put like the email address or even the application on the county website, if that would be an option, or even how to go about doing that.
Maybe we can ask the commissioners when they come in later today.
Where on Main Street is it?
It's right next to Steinmart and then Cottrell's Fitness Gym. It's like right in the little nook. It used to be Binders chiropractor.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, so it's a really great space. It's got lots of room. We're able to hold meetings. We're able to hold visits during the winter. It does get utilized a lot because we have actually like a hallway that has, like a playroom, and then we have a TV which could be hooked up. Usually we don't really let them, the whole point of a visit is to spend time with your family and who you don't get to see. So there's like a couch there in there though. So a nice little area for visits to happen. So in the summer we don't utilize it a whole lot, but in the winter, so we're getting ready to pick back up. So it's a really good area.
Any other questions? No? Well, thank you for coming in today.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Have a great afternoon.
You too.
Thank you.
Oh,
Justin?
yes. Oh, Justin Mark.
Where you go?
Justin, go.
We want to close out with the register
Okay.
real quick.
No worries.
Yeah, it is okay. Scott, I did notice something. gotta maybe redo this and initial it, or redo it all together. I highlighted it.
And when was this special meeting scheduled for?
Oh, I saw that.
With- for
I
the
noticed
library
that.
and
She did.
hallways?
I don't
saw
know how
that.
important that
September
is.
30th?
She probably should fix
2
it.
o'clock.
I mean, it's,
Because it
they
was
just took, I did.
Yeah.
I know.
I don't know if you were in here yesterday. We had
I
to
didn't
move
know if we
it
could just
because
write it,
Misty
initial it.
couldn't get it in the
Well, when you're
Tribune
swearing
Star
it's
time.
true, you
30th
probably
of
ought to
Fix it.
fix
They
it.
couldn't print it until Saturday, so it just pushed it back a day.
I saw that.
It should be Florida. She's the. It says affidavit of Florida, but.
Yeah, I was just reading what I bet you.
She copied and pasted.
Copy paste is just missed
She
one.
tried to fix the, I do that.
Oh, I do too.
We all knew that.
Smarter, not harder. Who is, Misty, who is doing the website now? Is it still going through you? Maybe
I
see-
email somebody.
Well,
Yeah.
Laura, it's still Laura.
yeah. I don't know if maybe we.
Still learning names.
Yeah, I get it. I've forgotten them. We probably could, should have CASA put under the judge somewhere.
I was gonna go, I needed to ask the prosecutor about, there's a couple questions about the stop grant and
Go ahead.
4D. Is it okay if I run down
Yeah.
here while his people are here?
Yeah.
Okay if I take a nap?
Nope.
I have a headache I can't get rid of.
There's Justin.
There he is.
Welcome back.
This'll take 5 minutes.
I know, you leave for like,
I was like, as soon as I walked out, I knew.
sorry.
You're fine, you're fine.
Okay.
Are you going to?
The ice cream trays.
Anybody gets unruly over here. All right. Treasure has one page.
Yeah,
Which one are we
Yeah.
on?
treasure,
Oh,
Short and
okay.
sweet.
right at the top in the
I gotta remember now, since I've kinda gone over it a little bit.
Okay. The new line, we have a couple new ones on the budget.
Yeah, I don't, I talked to Jennifer and she didn't really say why she added those, so. I understand the postage, we pay L&D out of that, so that was a big one. But besides that, the repair and maintenance one, I don't know why, and then the professional services, I don't know. Those are gonna be questions for her, but she just had her second knee replacement, so.
Now postage, so I have the printout from as of July 31st. You spent $10,183.
That would be L&D, I think, for
So
this year. Should be, because we
do
just.
you think, you don't know if it's going up? I mean, even
I
at
don't
that,
know.
it's still under the 13.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going up.
24.
She's the one who handled
25.
talking to L&D about that, so I don't,
What's L&D?
they're the ones that mail out our tax statements.
Okay, that's what I assumed, but I just wanted to make
Yes,
sure.
Yep.
And part-time help, she had it increased.
Yeah, I don't,
Do you know if it's more hours or more wages per hour? She's, okay. Yeah, sorry.
that one.
Okay.
That's probably the
Cause
only
what, do you know how much we spent since, the June? Do you have that?
$1,000, a little over $1,100.
Okay.
How much is in travel right now? How they spend?
Travels, yeah. Travel, they've only spent $470.
Because I had a $2,000 increase.
Out of, yeah. Dues and subscriptions is 500 and spent 500. I could see an increase on that because I know some of them did. I don't know if it's that much is needed. And then good old office supplies at $425 so far.
That's how much they spent in office supplies, $400.
So 420, 425.
So you guys are the big spenders of the day.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, at least the dues, that one's really close. We can follow up with Jennifer too. if we
Yeah,
need to.
that's what she said. If you guys have any questions, you can just get hold of her or call her. All right.
Thanks,
Yep.
Justin.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Justin.
Time's our next one.
Says 4.
Okay, well, I think that's everybody for the highway till 4 o'clock. So, since no one is here for highway, the commissioners are certified chairs.
Says break.
Yep. We will take a break until 4 o'clock for highway. Thanks.